Latinos for Trump come to the front. Your boy is stripping away the Social Security numbers and Social Security benefits of people here on work visas. No Social Security number means that you can't hold down a job. No job means you're not earning a wage. No wage means you can't pay your mortgage. No mortgage means your house gets foreclosed. Billionaires come and buy up those houses en masse. Those immigrants get deported. This is an obvious smash and grab to deport immigrants out of the country and seize their property. What was all that about doing it the right way? These people have come here and taken the proper steps to get a work visa, and they're being screwed. I know y'all are lying to me if you're trying to tell me that as a Latino American yourself, that you don't know anyone that has been touched by this. I guess you thought your friend or your cousin is going to be safe because they got their little stamp on their little work visa, and you could vote for Trump in safety knowing they weren't going to get deported. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that the Trump administration is probably still considering calling them a gang member and taking all their stuff and booting them out of the country. You voted for your own demise. It would be embarrassing if it wasn't so sad. Y'all are going to let somebody that looks like this and this tell you, who doesn't look like that at all, who and who isn't a gang member from your country without having a day to prove innocence or guilt in a court of law. You're just going to let them decide who's a gang member from Venezuela when you're Venezuelan? What's stopping them from deciding you're
Hi
a gang
beautiful
member?
people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting me on this channel. So all credits goes to the creators in these videos. So guys, in today's video I came across a video and I was actually shocked and had to do my research over and over again to be sure that that video is coming from a credible source. So in today's video, the question on everybody's lips is that should any government have the power to erase a person from the system? Because just imagine sleeping and waking up and finding out that you have been declared unalived on the system. Because this is exactly what happened to about 6,000 immigrants in the US. And guess what? Most of them are Latinos, right? And this is not a system glitch. So, according to CBS News, AP News, and Washington Post, the Social Security Administration added about 6,000 living immigrants to the DAATH database. Okay, I'm sure you get it. Now, this block access to work, access to healthcare, access to banking, access to practically everything they have been known with all their lives. And reports say that the action came from Homeland Security because they said that this is a move to push undocumented immigrants to, in quote, self-deport, because they feel that by removing access to these legal systems, people may feel forced to leave. Oh my goodness. What's more, what more FAFO can we see in this? Guys, let's see what these people have to say because this one is shocking me.
Trying to scare anybody, but this is crazy. So the Trump administration is now marking living, real immigrants as dead in the system. Like, literally, they're like erasing their social security numbers. Why are they doing this? It's because they want them to be desperate so that they'll leave. According to some people close to this, over 6,000 immigrants, those who were here legally under the previous administration, have now had their social security numbers moved over to the unalived database. That's crazy. That means that they won't have any access to banks, to work, to benefits, and in some cases, not even housing. And the goal in this is to force them to self-deport. Now, they're calling this a quiet crackdown, but it's really more like digital exile. Now, this goes way beyond immigration policy. This is using bureaucracy as a weapon, erasing people on paper to make their lives so unlivable that they just vanish. And it's not just DHS. The IRS is also sharing sensitive tax data of immigrants with ICE. I mean, a judge literally had to block Doge access to millions of people's data just last month. I mean, we're like dangerously close to a point where paperwork is power and the government can decide on who even exists. And just to be clear, these people were here legally. They were granted legal status from the previous administration. They followed the rules, they paid taxes, they worked, and now they're being like disappeared in the system. Not deported, but deleted. So with that being said, the question is, if the government can just mark someone as dead to force them out, who's to say that they won't try to use this trick on someone else, say an American-born citizen, for example? This must not be just about immigration. This is about control. Now, if that's not dystopian as hell,
Guys, no matter how we look at this thing, it is not okay on all sides. Like, it's really not okay. Those people came in legally, but along the line, one way or the other, because for them to have a social security number, that means they came in the legal way. So along the line, something happened, something happened and something happened, and their status changed, because this just impacts people's livelihood, because this decision entirely cuts them off from the very systems that allow them to live and work, right, without any legal due process. This violates their rights, because on a human rights level, if you are looking at it in that way, this move denies immigrants their legal rights. Okay, and this means that it looks like it's just an extreme way to wipe out their identity, like they never existed in the first place. And who is going to be held accountable for all this? I mean, guys, what do you think about this in the comment section?
Administration has now decided to declare, let me look at this number again because I've got the articles open so that y'all can't tell me that I'm not reading this. More than 6,000 legal immigrants who came in through different work sites, through different work programs, and were given legal social security numbers. They are now being listed as deceased. These are people who came in. They will self-deport because this means they can't get jobs. This means that they won't be able to get into federally funded programs or anything. And these are people that came in legally through programs. Y'all do know that when it's actually an illegal immigrant that came in without papers, they don't have social security. These are people that came in legally. These are people that did their work to come in legally. And now they're being declared deceased so that they can't fucking work. Do tell me how this is fucking legal. Do tell me how this...
Everyone, I'm not sure if you have heard the horrible and devastating news that I'm going to share with you. Okay, hold on a moment here. I have to find this story here. The Trump administration has declared 6,000 Latinos who were legally here in this country with a work permit no longer with us. I can't say the word, but it means no longer on the earth walking around. They have been declared RIP. Okay? They took their social security numbers and declared them RIP. They declared them unalive. And they've added them to the Social Security Administration's death master file, although they are all still alive, which means that right now their bank accounts are null and void. Their car insurance is null and void. Their credit report is gone. Everything that they've worked for is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Are they allowed to pay their mortgage anymore? Are they allowed to pay their car notes anymore? What is happening? What kind of country is this? I can't believe anybody would do this. And these migrants were here legally. According to the Trump administration, the immigrants who have been added to the RIP database had ties to terrorist activity or had records. However,
It failed to provide the Post with any proof to back up these claims, other than saying they heard about it. And then they were characterized as gone from the earth. The White House spokesperson Elizabeth Houston said that the move was done in a means to incentivize these people from coming here and trying to make money and get out of here. Remove yourself from the United States. President Trump promised mass deportation by removing the monetary incentive. So he's delivering on his promise. The approximately 6,000 people added to the RIP master file all came to the U.S. through a legal program offered by President Joe Biden, and they were granted temporary work status as immigrants. They did not have visas, but they were included with thousands of other people. Trump canceled that program, putting them in legal limbo. So the group of 6,000 officially became rest in peace, according to the federal government, following the issuance of a memorandum signed by the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, and Leland Dudick. This makes a devastating effect on society. Well, if that's supposed to improve crime, good luck, because people that get locked out of their bank accounts, they can't keep their car anymore, or they can't pay their insurance, or they can't pay their mortgage, they become homeless. Is that supposed to make the rest of us more safe? Because guess what? It's not. That means, people steal when they don't have what they need. How can you just take someone's entire life, their whole credit score and everything, with no warning and no explanation? It's going to cause extreme financial hardship. They won't be able to even get a cell phone. I mean, you can't get a car, a cell phone, an apartment. Hopefully they already have those things and they can explain to their landlord that they were declared.
So I'm just here thinking that, is it really okay for a government to arbitrarily just decide who gets to live and work freely without any due process, without even giving them the benefit of a doubt? And what does this actually say about how we value the lives of immigrants that contribute so much to the society? Because at the end of the day, this issue basically will fall down to, okay, it's not about the numbers on the list, but it's just about the lives that have been affected by these policies, right? That lack of accountability and basic respect for human rights did not follow. Because either you agree or you disagree, one question we must ask ourselves is that, are we really treating others with fairness and dignity, right? Because thinking beyond political divides, the consequences of decisions like this pierces through our communities, families, jobs, and even our future. Okay, so how far exactly can a government go in making decisions that impact the lives of those that have come to seek a better life, right? And then again, when you try to defend these people, you just look at them like FAFO, because he told you so. He literally told you that the first thing on his lips is mass deportation. But then again, you thought you were going to be exempted, because sometimes I just think about all these extreme things that are put in place for these people to just leave the United States. And it is really, 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 really sad. And then again, I just think about it on the other hand, that exactly who did they vote for, because they cannot exactly be defended. All this my rant is just coming for those that did not F around and are finding out. For those of them that F'd around and are finding out, well, you had it coming, okay? We can't exactly pity you because you had this coming. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Should the government go extreme because they want to make a point, in quotes, so to say? How far should the government go in making decisions that impact the lives of those that have come to seek a better life? Yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.